channel. I am Katie, if you're new here. If you're not new, still Katie. Glad you guys are here. It's been 2 weeks and I'm recording the next one. I'm on time. Aren't you proud of me? Sticking with what I said. I don't know why that's the hardest part, but getting like the setup out and putting it away. I could be making something, but it's worth it to stop and talk to you guys and show what I'm doing. Let's all visit. Yay. I'm glad you came over. I have a lot of fun things to show. Yeah, I got a lot done. I like stopped and did something fun. You're gonna love it. Can you see it? There's like a bunch of friends over here. Yeah, I'll show you what I've been doing. Anyway, I hope your holidays are working out the way you want. I know it's not always easy for everybody, so I hope you're coping. I think I'm ready. I was doing better than this last week. My boys have been sick for 6 days in a row. It's been so, just when you feel on top of everything, it's like, never mind. Hold still. Like, oh God. I wrapped everything. Like, things are wrapped under a tree. I have like a few things to check off, but I didn't get to go get them. So now I feel this like horrible panic. Had nightmares about it last night, trying to find like a present. So, anybody else having panicked Christmas dreams? It's a good time. But anyway, because everyone's been sick, I got to sit around and knit when not going up the stairs with, you know, humidifiers and all of the Kleenexes. And of course, we're like out of Motrin and Tylenol, like for children. Anybody else have to go to like 4 stores to find that? Hey, we're lucky. My oldest, he can like swallow pills, so at least I only had to worry about like one little guy. But anyway, everyone's better. Today they are both back in school and good. They just missed so much. I felt bad. They've never missed this much school. It sucks. You know, because you don't get to like not do the work you miss. You have to figure out what the hell everyone's been talking about for a week. Poor guys. So that'll be fun. But yeah. So that's been my week. How has your week been? Anybody else dealing with flu and cold and all that? It's a good time. But anyway, I'll show what I've been knitting. Let's start with the finished things, okay? So right before this plague hit our house, it got very chilly again, and my youngest was putting on, you know, he just digs through a bin of hats we have, and they all looked very tiny on his head because, you know, he's getting big. He's such a big kid now. So I made him a hat. I haven't made him a hat in a few years, so he was due. But anyway, I had him pick out a ball of yarn that I just had sitting around. So I used stash. I felt really proud of myself for grabbing an old ball of yarn I hadn't touched. This was a mystery skein from, I think it was a Homespun House. Yes, they did like Harry Potter at Christmas mystery skeins. So of course I had to buy a couple. So it's DK. I think it's called Clever Crookshanks. That's what it's called. Super cute, right? And then this is just some leftover Surrey I had. Actually, it's what made this sweater, now that I'm looking at it. I'll explain my sweater. It's not new, but just for those of you who are wondering what I'm wearing. Anyway, the hat is the Hipster hat by Petite Knit, and it turned out so cute. You can wear it like long, right? If you like more of a, or as it gets bigger, or it's meant to be kind of having a brim. So he wanted fuzz. I had him pick out, you know, to fuzz or not to fuzz. And so he like rubbed them all over his face and decided he wanted fuzz. So we added that. Should make it super warm. It was a really fun hat. There's the decreases at the top. Quick and easy, yeah? So it was DK, and I put fuzz on it because that's what he wanted. I just used the suggested needles. I never swatch for little projects like this. I don't know if any of you do, but I can't be bothered. But it turned out good. I think I used the adult size just in the hopes that he could wear it for more years. So it was good. Just one skein, and I still have some left. I was wearing a little. You can see how much I was kind of getting down to a nub, so I decided to end it probably earlier than the pattern suggested, but it'll be fine. You know, you just gotta wing it sometimes. So the hat was he loved it. He only got to wear it, I think, twice before he got stricken, so now we'll get it back out and he'll be happy again. It was fun. But this sweater is, the name of it is Souffle. Souffle. I forget the designer, so when I list everything below, I'll find that name for you, but it was a really fun little pattern. It's just cropped, you know, kind of cropped. Not long. The pattern, the only thing I wish I had done differently, this is Surrey alpaca, like I said, from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and the color's called Pretty Shield. So, I wish I would have gotten mohair instead of alpaca, the Surrey. It's like thicker. So this is just one strand, and then you switch and hold it double, right? So there should be like a visual difference. This should almost be like a little see-through. And because the Surrey is so much thicker, it just doesn't really read that way. So I would totally make it again. It was really fun. And if I did, I would choose mohair. So, you know, you do you. If you like that it's not so see-through, I mean, you know, you can wear whatever you want under, then alpaca may be the way to go. You know, do what you want. Figure it out yourselves. God, guys, so demanding. I'm just kidding. I do love it. I want to make it again. We'll see what color I choose. Anyway, I finished something else. This is, I was trying to work on my sweater, which I did get a lot done. But as soon as this kit I had ordered back in November showed up, I stopped everything and made it because it's too cute. Okay, are you ready? Prepare yourselves. Oh, hold on. Okay, here he comes. Is it not the cutest? Seriously, he's got little buttons. He's supposed to have pockets, but I didn't get those done in time to talk to you guys, so I still have to add the pockets. He's pretty cute without them. I was not going to get this kit. Like, I was so close to resisting. I love the things that she designs. I'll show you the pile of them that I've made. And I was so close to just being like, that is adorable. I'm so glad many people will get to make this. When I saw that she had added polka dots on it, here, I'll show you. Oh my gosh, right? And then I had to. I don't know why that sold me 100%. Like, okay, I have to have it. So she includes some felt, and let's see, like, you give him his little tail, and the felt's in the ears. Oh, so cute. Her kits are great. These little things that she makes. I'm sorry, this is Fawn, and her name is Susan B. Anderson. The amazing. Goes without saying, Susan B. Anderson. So she does a lot of little kits, and this is her yarn, Barrett Wool Co. And they come with everything. So like this one came with the eyes. You could order it with the buttons or not, and the felt that you need included. So if you're ever like, I would like to do that, it's a great way to go. But they're so small, you could use any scraps you have. I've made them in odd colors before, just kind of with whatever I had around. So because I finished this Fawn, I was like, I have to show the other little animals I've made. I don't know why these delight me so much, but they do. They're so fun and quick because they're little. I don't know, if you ever feel like in a funk, like in a making funk, you should absolutely make one of these little animals. They're so sweet. So I'll show you the other ones I made. This was the first one that I made first, and it is Panda, obviously. And I just used my scraps. So this is linen quill. I don't know why I love the toys made in linen quill, because I love the texture like of the linen in the yarn. He's like so, I put little beads in his butt so he like sits really well. There's this little tail. I mean, come on. She gives them, usually they come with some type of clothes, but if there's a hood, like their ears fit through the hood. It's so cute. Like there's a little tassel on the sweater. I mean, come on. Look how adorable he is. I did make him again in all brown, just like a teddy bear, and I gave that to my niece. I just think they're delightful. As soon as I finish them, the boys run off with them, so you have to go and like hunt them back down. But that's the purpose, is for them to be loved, and they're just awesome. So that's Panda. Then I made her elephant. So can you see him? Again, they have the cutest little tails. So adorable. And then this guy comes with a mouse. This is again in linen quill. I just used like my scraps of, you know, all the linen quill I have. So it comes with a little mouse, and he's got his little tail and arm. I mean, they're so easy to make. I just want to make an army of these mice. Let me see if I'll like show you him. Isn't he cute? I did add some thread to give him whiskers. That's not in a pattern. I just thought it was cute. So adorable. And then with the elephant, again, they come with clothes. I'm taking the sweater off so you can see. So the ears fit through, and they've got this like, right? Like, I don't care if you don't have children. They're just fun to make something small and sweet. But anyway, isn't he adorable? I added a straw in his trunk so that you could like bend it and it would stay. I just have too much fun with these guys. I don't know if you're like me, but he's so cute. Love him. And then I also made, as I told you, there are gobs of these. I made her rabbit. Sorry, my son was playing it with him this morning. I was trying to hunt them all down to show you. So like there's this, again, they come with clothes. There's this sweater. I'll take that off. I thought it looked like a raincoat. I just made this in linen quill, again, whatever scraps I had. And he comes with a little bunny friend. I don't know why, but it's super cute to go in the pocket. Because he needs that. And then because it looked like a raincoat to me, I added this rainbow to the sweater, but he just comes with a regular old sweater. Cute, right? And then of course the tails, they're just so fun. And I like whiskers. I don't know why I keep adding them using just thread, but it makes me laugh. Again, every time I just feel like I don't want to make anything, or you know, just in a funk, just make something small and adorable. Her patterns are so descriptive, like they're really precise and easy to follow. So if you're nervous about doing any of this, I wouldn't be. Like as you're making the body, she'll have you leave markers for like where the legs go and stuff, so you're not having to go back and kind of guess or add things. So it's all very accomplishable, I think. If you've never made anything small, you should try it. It's awesome. Yeah, I did with the font. You see how he's like looking to the side? You start attaching it in the back, and I guess I just got him like a little bit off. So instead of like looking forward, he's over here gazing wistfully. I think it's fine. It just adds some whimsy, right? None of these things have to be perfect. Like, do what you want. Add 1,000 polka dots or none. You know, it's just a toy. It's for fun. I love them. And then I made a couple of these sleepy giraffes. Look, he's quite a big guy. Aren't they cute? I made one for my nephew. And then this guy's my son's. They're so fun to sleep with. Like, I don't know. He's perfect. If you have like a baby gift you're needing, I highly recommend this pattern. It was super easy. It's worsted weight, so it goes really quick. But my nephew's I made in blue, so it was like a lighter blue, and then all of this was like a navy. Turned out really cute. You know, go crazy. Aren't they fun? She has so many of these. I have other patterns of hers that I haven't made, like mermaids and butterflies, and there's a pig and a moose, a dog. You know, just go fall into the Susan B. Anderson hole of awesome patterns because they're super fun. But yeah, those are the things I finished, so had fun. I've been busy. I did get to work on things as promised. I actually completed a sleeve on my giant sweater. So I'll show you my progress. I was quite proud because it got very complicated in the sleeve. I'll explain. But anyway, last time I showed it to you, I was like here. So I finished the ribbing at the bottom, which took centuries. It felt like centuries. You go down to such a small needle size, and to so actually get to like 5 inches felt like it took an eternity. But anyway, then I went back and I picked up the collar, which you can't see because this is, you know, black. You can kind of get it. So you come back around and just knit the whole collar and then fold it over and like tack it down. Can you see? So I did that. Proud of myself. I was a little worried of running out of black. So it's like, well, I should probably go back and get the collar just because this is the original black. And if something's like a little off, should I need to get more? I'd rather it not be showing at the collar. So I went back and got the collar. But I finished the sleeve, look. Yay. It goes back to white at the end. But along the sleeve, like you're changing colors, right? So that has to be every so many rows so that it is hopefully matching up exactly with the sweater body. And then you're also decreasing. So it was quite a lot of mental math to be like, okay, I'm on the 8th row of purple, and then in 2 more rows I have to do the decrease, and then like I ended up writing them down so that I didn't have to think about it. I could just mark them off because the decreases were every 7 rows, and then it was just, oh man. And I think my plan worked. It was a lot easier then to stop having to count back to the like the last decrease I made. I just did the math, like these are 38 rows. I did 38 rows of each color. So then like within that, this one is a decrease and that one's a decrease. It was tiresome, but it will be great. And then again, you like block the hell out of it when it's done so that it's, you know, a big sweater. It's the ribbing makes it look quite small. And she does say that in the pattern, like, don't panic. It will all block, you know, to the right size. So I have to trust her. It is quite stretchy. But yeah, I'm on the 2nd sleeve. I'm doing it. And I think I will have enough yarn. I'm really close on the white and the black. So wish me luck. Of course, that's at the end of the sleeve. So like as soon as I get there, I'll run out of something and have to wait. But with your well wishes, maybe we'll make it and it'll be fine. We'll see. What else did I do? I started a Sophie shawl. Before I forget, that's the sequence sweater by Petite Knit. I talked about it last time. I'll link all this below. I try and not link it. I list what I'm talking about. Should you want to find it on Ravelry or do something yourself. That's what it is. Sequence sweater. I started a Sophie shawl because everyone and their brother's making one and they look wonderful. They look so fun. A lot of people are making them for gifts. It's Petite Knit again. So that's her sweater and this is her shawl pattern. She just has like a lovely, simple, classic kind of aesthetic. Like I just love her patterns. That's probably the 4th sweater of hers that I've attempted. So if you're looking for something great, go there. They are sometimes a little finicky in how they're made, but I find that just gives them like a better finish, the way that she does construct them. So it's not just like raglan increases, maybe where over time it'll kind of sag or not look as nice. These look finished better, in my opinion, because she puts some actual construction difficulty in there that adds to the integrity of the garment. Yeah, that's where I stand on that. I do like them. They all finish beautifully. But probably not a good beginner pattern. Just my 2 cents. Anyway, Sophie shawl. Back to the Sophie shawl. I, again, went stash diving. I'm so proud of myself, you guys. This was worsted twist from Purl Soho. It's called like Yellow Yellow. Fitting, right? I don't know why I bought this. Originally, I have nothing yellow, especially not this yellow. But it just seemed really bold and fun. Like maybe you'd want to throw it on one day. I love it. I loved it in the yellow. I only had 2 skeins, right? So I was like, well, I'll just go kind of do these decreases as you're going, right? So I was like, well, I'll go up through my 1 skein with the increases and then start decreasing on my 2nd skein, but it was kind of small. So I didn't want to stop when my skein ran out. So I again went back to my stash and found some gray I had that was similar. It's also Purl Soho, but it's their fingering weight. I think it's Posy. I think. So I held it double. And I was like, well, I'll just add like some stripes of gray in the middle of the yellow. But like as soon as I put the gray on, I didn't like it. I'm sure it'd be fine, but I don't know. I wasn't happy, so I stopped. You can tell I was like, nope. But I know I don't have enough yellow to finish it because, right, I went past, here's where my skein ran out, and that's not where I was done increasing. So I went back and got another skein of yellow, and I think I'm going to come backward and just do all yellow. That's where I'm at. What do you guys think? I think the yellow's fun, but I don't like it with the gray. I know tons of people like yellow and gray, but I don't know. Maybe it was darker or something. I just think it kind of took it somewhere else. So this yarn is gorgeous, buttery, like plump. It's going to be just a joy to wear. So I didn't want to feel less than 100% happy about it. It was just a random cast on anyway. It's not for anyone. But it did make me sad because I was so proud of myself for going into my stash and grabbing 2 random skeins. So I had to go and get another one. But maybe you'll see this finished next time. It was fun to make. I see why everyone's making it. It's really just a nice, simple knit. It's got that I-cord as you go, which is such a nice detail. I love her things. She made it in dark brown. It looks so nice, like with her coats and things. Just a great kind of scarf adjacent accessory. Yeah, I think this is where I started decreasing, so we'll get that. My little Christmassy marker. I was trying to keep track of which side had the increases and decreases, so I stuck that on there to remind me. It kind of, as you're going, you could get lost on like which side is which. A little trick if you want. But yeah, so fun. I love her patterns, and I can't wait for my yellow skein to show up so I can finish it. I feel good making the decision. I don't want to finish something that I'm not like excited about. You know, you have such little making time, and if you're not sold on it, why bother? Because I won't wear it either, you know? So anyway, that's where we were. And then I started another sock. I went back. I was working on the sock I showed you last time, which was just a vanilla sock with that self-striping yarn. And it was scratchy. I do like that it's self-striped, but man, it did not feel nice to the touch. I feel like I'm so spoiled now by like beautiful sock yarn. I expect it to be long wearing and like nice to have on, so I took it apart and started just a different sock. again, if I don't like it, why bother? It's gonna take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my life. It wasn't right. So it wasn't expensive yarn or anything, but still, I was pumped about the stripes. That's all right. We'll move on, right? I was gonna start this pattern. My favorite sock maker, Summer Lee, came out with this Hibernal sock. So it's got, it looks like mini cables. I don't even think they're cables. I think you get to cheat it, which is lovely. And they just look so comfy and cozy. So I was like, well, I'll just start that, because she just came out with it. It's like, it's meant to be. It just helped me decide. She got me. You know, her sock patterns are awesome. So I picked up my skein. This is Little LionHead Knits. She has like a BFL sock tweed. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's like a purpley undertone to a lot of this. I think it's called Earl Grey and Lavender is this particular color, because it does have like a purple wash to some of it. So it's like gray, brown, purple. I don't know how she does it. It's so fun. So I'm just on the ribbing. She's got 2 inches of ribbing. It's supposed to be like a super long sock. I guess she had to use 2 skeins for her socks. Whatever yarn she chose. I think I should have enough, which is this one. But I doubt I'll make it as long as hers. I don't know. I don't want it like halfway up my leg, but we'll see. Maybe she'll get me. And then I had this beautiful little, I had to show you because it's like, do you see my hot chocolate stitch marker? I love it so much. It's from Lack and Lou. I'll put the link to their shop below too. I buy a ton of her stitch markers. They're so sweet. They have like gorgeous details. Usually she puts a bead on them. Like, they're so nice. Maybe someday, if you're interested, I have a ton of stitch markers. I love putting them on projects. I love picking like just the right one. I don't know. It's the little things, right? So as you come around, you're around and you see like the little stitch markers. Every time it's like so sweet. I love them. Some of them are like fun and funny, and some are cute. I don't know. I have lots of different ones. They make me very happy. Do you love them too? A lot of people use them as progress keepers. So like as you're knitting, you'd say, I stopped here and now I've knit, you know, this week I knit 4 inches, or there's tons of ways to use stitch markers. And I just like to do this with them. I think they're so fun. Why, it's so wee. But I love her. And so it's like the perfect pattern with the perfect yarn. And I got like a fun little stitch marker. It was great. I did have a problem with this sock because I'm just getting down to like the perfect sock for myself, right? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I just, like, as I make socks, I go, that was right, or this could be better. Honestly, I usually make them a bit bigger than I think I would like. So that's why I went down. I'd been making them on size 1 needles. I went down to 0, which is fine. So the last ones I finished, the, what were they called? Cider House socks. They were the blue with the cables. I think I showed them 2 times ago. Perfect fit. So I was like, I got it. I did it. I found the right number. And then in this pattern, she's like, I made them just a little bit big on myself, so you might want to make them the next size up. So I tried that. So on size 0s, I went up, which I think was like 81. I don't know. It's in the 80s. Let me see. I'll find you the number. I know you're all really, you want to know, right? The number of cast on stitches. 80 stitches. So I did it, and I actually got down to the part of the sock where you're doing pattern, right? And I put it on, and it was going to be big, and I didn't want it to be that big. So then I was a little stuck because I had used size 0, so I thought going up to 80 would be just right? Like a little bit big, like she had made it. this is gonna be too big. So then I was like, well, if I go up to size 1 and then down the stitch count, it was a debacle. You just don't know until you're in the sock. So I took out all the progress I'd made and I switched to size 1s and I cast on 72. So in theory, it should be back to kind of what I used to make, where it is just a little roomier. You're like not tight to the foot. And I'm only doing 72 stitches, so wish me luck. Don't know why I do this to myself, but it should be right. I just want it to fit right. I really like it. This yarn is great. And I think I'm on the right track now with the amount of stitches, so we'll see. And I got to use these size 1s again, which I like. They're actually square needles. I don't know if you can tell, they're wooden and they're square, which is supposed to help you as you're knitting because you have more purchase on the needle itself because it has sides. So it's supposed to be easier on your hands. I do like them. Square needles, if you've never seen them, they are fun to use. And I do find them very, I don't know, they're enjoyable because they're just a little bit different. You can't see at all that it's square, but you'll just have to trust me. I really like them. I have quite a problems with my hands. I don't know if you can see it. I've had like carpal tunnel surgery and then cubital tunnel surgery on my elbows with some nerve damage I had a few years back. So I try and find little ways that help because I'm not about to stop knitting. So if I want my hands not to fall off, I have to be a little careful. So that is one of the things I have tried and I do like them. So I haven't found them in size 0 though. If you know where they are, send it to me because I'll get them. Even if it's like a mental benefit, then that's fine too. I'll take it. I'll take that placebo. Whatever works, right? Is that it? I think I made it to the end of my goodies. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. There is quite a lot of little animals staring at me. They're all sitting right here. It's a bit creepy. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that's what I made. It's quite a lot. I'm expecting something fun in the mail today. It's like a cowl I've been wanting to make, so haven't done that in a while with some color work. So I don't know if I will cast that on. I don't know. I want to finish my sweater, so you kind of have to buckle down and do that before I cast on something else. And then of course next week I'm going to start that Stephen West Shawl and his hibernating book, so that should be fun. I hope I really like that. It is quite a loud shawl, which I don't normally make, so we'll see. It'll be fun, right? At least it's something exciting to make. I don't know. I will be back before the end of the year to tell you about all our Christmas shenanigans. I am hosting Christmas, so that will be interesting. I have to pick up all my crafts everywhere. Anyone else just have project bags like sitting around anywhere? They tend to stay for like 5 minutes at a time. I just have to go and grab all that. It all spreads out. And then clean up my room, my knitting room. You know, my actual room is very clean. This is like my organized chaos of like the 4 things I'm thinking of casting on. I'm trying to be good and like I want to finish the sweater, and what else do I want to finish? That Sophie shawl if I could before I start other things. I don't know. My method is to start, like I try not to have 2 sweaters on the needles and 2 pairs of socks and it's like it's okay to cast on new things as long as there's not a competing item in that category. So I can have like a shawl and a sock and a sweater and a little guy like animal because they're so cute. Right? That's fine. That's not a problem. That's just, you know, you have to have different things on a blanket as long as there's not 2 blankets. And that's how I keep myself in check from just starting all the things. How do you do it? It's the only method I've found that works for me. I used to be such a monogamous maker, like just one thing. And that's what I did. Even like between quilting and knitting, like I would not have sat aside a quilt to start something knitting. And then there just became, once I became aware, like all of the gorgeous yarn and the patterns, there's just so many beautiful things to work on. So I try and do what makes me happy. It's your hobby, not your job. So if it makes you happy, cast it on. That's what I say. No one's counting. I'm not counting. That's just how I stop myself from having 1,000 things I can't remember how to start. It starts getting very unwieldy, where you're like, where was I in this pattern? You think you'll remember. You won't remember. Okay? I'm telling you, it's not as obvious as you think. I go in and write on patterns like, I stopped on row 7. Here is how I had to complete, like, this row did that. Because I know when I pick it back up, I'll be like, yeah, I don't remember. It's sad. But yeah, that way nothing gets left behind. They all get finished semi-timely. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, I apparently have to go find a Christmas present before I have more nightmares. So that's what I'll probably be doing. That'll be good. Have a party this weekend with friends. That's fun. Christmas time's good. Now that everyone's healthy, I hope. I'll probably get a fever tonight. Lord knows. Don't you always, as soon as you think you're done, you're like, too many hugs with a sick boy. Now he's passed it on. But I can't say no when they're all sick and sweet. Poor guys. Anyway, may you be healthy. May you have all your presents wrapped and ready as soon as you want. No rush. Night before, throw them in a bag if it makes you happy. Like, just, it's fine. No one cares. I don't care. You're doing fine. See, I'm basically talking to myself. You're fine. You got this. Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys after Christmas and hopefully have more finished fun things. Yeah. It'll be good. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, or not if you don't care. Hope you just have fun knitting time or making time. Yeah. You deserve it. Go get some chocolate. Something warm. And sit and make something. You have my permission. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you guys next time.